So Snapchat is pretty good to edit all videos at once while I'm working on it. So this motor from that window went out. This 07 T600, and then my window was not going up. When I was in Alabama, they were charging $500 for this. It didn't make sense. So I got it on eBay, the same one for like 50 bucks, but I had to send it by mail. And I found this other one that is different from FLD that I had at home because I haven't been able to pick up the original one. But what are you gonna do if your window is down? I mean, you're gonna get wet, right? So you might as well just buy one just to take care of it. Well, I figured it out. If you take the bolts off the engine, right, bracket, pull it out, be very careful. There's nothing crazy, just don't lose this. You put it like this. So what you want to do is pull a little bit BP blaster, because this you can move it manually once the motor is out. So once you adjust it, you can put the motor and the motor will lock the position. So what I did, I left it already up, right? And then after that, I put it back here, and then by hand, see that? I put it where it belongs. Be careful, there's wires and stuff. You don't have to fight with it. But then by hand, I lift the whole glass up, right? Glass up, all the way up. So once you have it all the way up, because I have one hand working on it, and you put it to its position, you see that? You can lift it up all the way where it locks. Look, it fell. All the way there, you see that? That's what you want. Then you put the skeleton back here, adjust it, because right now I'm recording. You see that? It already has a blueprint, so you don't have to go crazy. And then you put it to this level. And then you can take it out with two hands, because you already aligned it. There's only a temporary, well, it could be a permanent fix if you don't want to fix it, right? Once you do all that, then you put the motor in. The motor that it comes with, you put it here. You see it's already lined up. And you put the screwdrivers in it. And what will that do? It will lock the window. It will lock the window to the up position, and that's it. You know you can take advantage for the time being until you get your new motor, unless you want to pay $400 in a dealer. That's on you. I'm just putting out there like. So you're aligning, and you just put their screws back. There's Allen keys. I mean, yeah, Allen keys. Not Allen key, Torx. It's a T20. And here's a screwdriver. And once you put it back in there, the gear will lock. It will stay in position. See that? Okay, that was the first pass. Just to take care of. Meanwhile, you order your system online. Now I'm gonna show you a trick that I find. What got my attention was the system. It's a wire system. Sure, if you can see, right? So I was looking at the weight of this one, right? This is a FLD. But it doesn't matter as long as the engine itself has a gear like this and a solenoid. You see, they're identical. They're identical, the same. You see that? This FLD. Obviously, I'm gonna show you the details. It went out. So the problem that I had to switch them up was the gear itself. The system is different in the gear. See that gear? The gear is way bigger than the other one. So my second choice was change the solenoid. And I figured out both solenoids have the same system. So as you can see, here's the gear from the original one, the T100, KW T100 You see that? See how it looks? So here's the one from FLD. Like I said, rotary system is exactly the same. Now, the only difference is that you want to make sure you have both in the side. There's two screwdrivers. There's a star. But I noticed one of them is bigger, the other one is smaller. I'm going to use the same one. But you can see the two in the back. But the one in the front, this one is in the side, and this was, and then the new one is in the middle. So what I did, I grind it down with a grinder and make it like a little hole. So make sure it stays attached. But now look at this. I put it right in here. Oops. And it fits. You see that? Oh, I gotta move it. I gotta move the gears a little bit. You can see how to use both of my hands. So you see it fits perfect. So what I did, the other thing that was different was the plug. The plug is different. As you can see, I already matched them. Red with red, black with black. This one was blue, but it's still ground. I'm gonna test it out. I already did, but that's the reason I did the video. To have the same plug, to have the same fitting. Okay? That go in it, they're completely different. This is from the new one, from this one. And this is from the old one. Just to avoid any crack, we're gonna use the one from the old ones. This starts, I think number 2, but you see they're shorter. Now that it's completely screwed, you see that I grilled down so it fits perfect, and the 2 in the back. The 2 in the back is the main important one, because this one you can always adjust it. There's the old one. You see it's sideways. It's not in the middle. So now we're gonna go test it out. So now we're gonna test it out. We're gonna turn the ignition on. Here's the little signal here. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, now it's gonna go up. It works. Goes down. It works. It works perfectly. So there's a T20. I'm gonna send a video on YouTube. You can get either the whole thing, or you just buy a different mount like this one. But all you gotta do is take out the solenoid and you'll be good to go, and then just adjust the hole. So we're gonna install this now. This is the part that I mean. You see that? I already put them in there, and it locks the window. Even though it's a new solenoid, but with the old one we'll do the same. So all you gotta do is lift it with 2 hands all the way up, and then you can move this, adjust it with taking out the solenoid, the engine itself. Once you get the measurement, then you installed it, and it's a temporary fix. You're gonna have a closed window. So those are 7/16s. 7/16s. Just make sure you don't over tight it, just enough you can feel like, I call it the hand torque, you know, when it's tight, because this is glass. You definitely don't want to break it. Definitely want to start putting your lock system in, because if you don't, once you start tightening everything, it's going to be really hard to squeeze your hand in there. I usually like to start with the top lock, then the one in the side from the door, and then the last one, the one that goes in the middle of the lock, the one that sends the signal to lock the doors. All right, before you start bolting down everything, and then the window itself, always bolt the one screw that goes here, that holds the plate to the door. Before you start doing everything, it's a lot easier to maneuver the door itself, so you can like put it in. I just put it enough so it can hold before assemble it completely. When you assemble it, taking everything out, you start with this, with the main ones. I cut a few because they couldn't come out, and then the last one, this one. But when you installing it, it's this one first, and then this one's last, because you want to move it and adjust it. So I highly recommend one of these and one of these, because it already has everything in hand. Because you need a T20 and a basic T20 Torx, and a basic, I think number 2 star Phillips screwdriver. So I'm gonna do the test now. Everything's hot and installed. So the experiment did work with the solenoid. Unfortunately, didn't lift the window up. So I was like, alrighty, man, I already have everything apart. So I decided to take this one apart just to be sure. And it turns out to be the wheel is bad. You see how where the warning is, so there's no grip. You see, everything in there is the same as with the old one. So we'll see if we can be able to cross this one to that one. So here's the part. I'm gonna check it out. So they have a lock ring, both of them, but once I measure them, let me take this on the side. You see it pulls out. This is the part that we need to change, the gear. See this one attached to that one. So we take it out. Both have the same size. The square, and each one is the same. So let's check. Fortunately, those two is a little bit too big to get them out, so I ended up squeezing it with this one. Once it's locked, took it out with a flat hand. So I hope everything works. So to open the cap, completely forgot, you get like a flat head. It has like a little lock. Look, there's one that I didn't tap. I think it's there. And you just, use a cap. Just push it out, and then you put it back in. You use a plier and tap it back, It looks like it fits perfect. This one belongs here, and then it goes back here. It looks like it's a match. The video is a little long, but so far I thought it was the solenoid, but it looks like the wheel was bad inside. But let's give it a shot. Here's the final product. So far looks pretty good. Pretty good. There it is. Looks pretty good. Just one screw missing, but it's no big deal because that's just a cap. So in this one, we already know that has nothing to do with the solenoid was bad, but this wheel is all worn out. So let's give it a shot. The original one, I didn't put it back where it belongs in the middle. The side one was just to adapt. So let's see. I'm gonna give it a shot. There's the ignition. The other switch over there doesn't work well. Let's see. It's working. See that wire coming out? I'm gonna go take a look, and I hope that solved the problem. Then if yours goes bad, might as well just open it up and change the cylinder. This switch doesn't go down, it only goes up. That's why I disconnected it, because they were fighting. So let's see. Oh look, it works. See that? That's what keeps the window up. I mean, it only goes down now, up. It works. Good deal. So to make the story short, change the tip of the cylinder, take it apart, it's a cap. But you better off, besides taking the cap off, just switch the cylinder. Makes a lot more sense to do so. So unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. The solenoid is busted. You really don't want to lose this gear, so you can reuse this one with an FLD. So I guess I'm just gonna, if you know the part number for this wheel, where to get it, because I'm sure it's cheap, because you see it's gone. Let me know, leave it in the comments below. This for YouTube. Just use the Snapchat, it's a lot easy. And then I'm just gonna leave everything together, and I'll put the O-ring so I don't lose this gear. This gear is what really gets to me, because this part, as far as what I did with that one, it looks like that could be done. So I add BP Blaster in the whole rail to keep it smooth. Here's the test. The switch only goes up. Up is on top of that, so it works. There you have it. So I'm gonna leave it like that. So once I installed it, that's enough. So here it is, the awareness. Blue with black, red with red. So we're gonna do the test. I believe it's ready. Already. Here, this is the second test. Goes down. Yeah, it looks tough, man. Yeah, that thing is, well, for the time being, whatever, man. I already got a new one on the mail, but I just wanted to see if I can be able to take care of this. Damn. You know, maybe because it was just barely, no, this thing struggling in there. Has something to do with the rail. Yeah, the little collecting, that's how it started. Damn, that thing's struggling, boy. Holy cow. Hey, at least it's something. It's complete. I added BP Blaster because that was the reason it was kind of hard. But there it is. That's for now. I bought the new one, but since I'm on my way to pick it up, I definitely gotta add more BP Blaster. But it works. There you have it. Make sure to click a like, subscribe, whatever. Love you guys. Take care.